It's the Southern Senpai Show, where small-town Southerners explore big-time Japanese entertainment, anime, manga, and everything in between. Here's your hosts, Nicholas and DJ.
What's going on, y'all? Southern Senpais here, two Southern guys who explore Japanese culture together. I'm Nicholas.
DJ.
What are we talking about today, DJ?
So today we're reviewing episodes 23 through 26 of Bleach. So finally we are done with because I think before there are a lot of series that we completed on this because anime just keeps on going.
This is our first review in a while.
It's our first review in a while. We're doing a lot of watch-alongs. You guys like watch-alongs, but then some of you like reviews. You're also gonna have to fight each other.
Yeah.
To just see who's dominant. Exactly. Although to be fair, our number one watched episode is
Jujutsu Kaisen.
That's right, the Jujutsu Kaisen episode 1. You guys did a phenomenal job forcing him to watch more episodes. That was awesome. But we're talking about Bleach.
Yeah.
23 through 26. There's a lot that happened here.
And so much happened in 3 episodes.
Oh my gosh.
In 1 hour.
Yeah, 23, 24, 25, and 26. It was like
They could have spanned this episode arc out into 30, 40 episodes.
I think that part of the reason why it felt that way, it must be way longer in like the manga. And they're just like, we're not writing all this shit. Like, we're not anime. Because I swear to God, every 5 minutes, it was like, ha, I checkmate. Because I knew this. Ha, checkmate. Because I actually have this power. Ha, checkmate. Because I have this. I was like, okay, then what is going on?
I was having trouble keeping up. Like, I was like, they are speed running the crap out of this.
It was, whatever previous power they had. It was like, I don't know. Usually you want, I hate to say this, but the pacing was a little too fast.
The pacing was way too fast. We have to watch these episodes again. Dude, we might have to watch these episodes more than twice because there's so much that happened in an hour, dude.
Yeah, dude. All right. It's the Quincy King. He gets up there, right? And then the woman with all her arms, she looks like an octopus person. She's not, but she has a bunch of puppet arms. She sends her guards, and then her guards beat his guards, but then literally a guy shows up who can warp space and time to kill people. But she's like, oh, but you didn't notice that I put this bathrobe on you that kills you instantly? Right. He's like, what? And I was like, dude, I thought your whole power was that like you could warp anything, and on top of that, no one could touch you because you just warp shit on instinct. How come you didn't notice that? And yeah, and then it was even, there are clearly holes in this. Okay, because then there's, after they defeat the basic bitches, the fucking, Quincy God is, or leader or king or whatever. He's the king, right? The Quincy King. So then he's okay, cool. I'll bring out my real Quincy's, one of which is from the battlefield. Then this black guy who has the power to I guess not technically shoot people, but he has a big ass sniper gun.
Yeah.
All right, and then his shot gets cut in half by this other guy, right? And that's what happens. But then in another episode, later on, he's like, yeah, no, you can't actually block it because it just hits the target directly. Okay, well, how come your bullets were being sliced in half literally 10 minutes ago?
And also, what we're forgetting is the ice captain in the very first episode. First, he couldn't talk. And he couldn't think. He was just fighting. Then he started talking. Yeah. Then he was like, no, don't experiment on me.
Yeah, then he was like a double zombie or something?
And then he got stuck in what's that thing in Naruto?
A time loop.
He got stuck in a time loop, a genjutsu?
It wasn't even a really genjutsu, because genjutsu is an illusion, right? All right. So to go back to the first one,
there's so much that happened.
There's the scientist, fucking, what's the guy's name?
Goldman scientist.
The guy with all the bling and the drip, right? He administered a drug to him in which when he killed the captain, he would then go back in time. What kind of fucking drug is that?
And this guy was like, hey, zombie girl, I'm about to out-zombie you by turning your zombies into my zombies
And my zombies can't be taken over.
because fuck you.
And then it was like, oh, okay, anyone whose blood touches them, then they'll become a zombie. And then he's like, sorry, but I also make myself immune to any drugs before I even use them. And it's like, how did you make yourself immune to going back in time? How did you do that?
Because I make myself completely immune to all of my drugs before I use them on anybody. Then I guess I can't sell this stuff yet. Where are you selling this stuff?
And how? And to who? For what purpose? Also, he slightly mentions that he has every single Soul Reaper's blood, a sample of all their blood. How?
Now,
Why?
for the audience at home, if we've overwhelmed you with just... This is just the first episode.
Yeah, you're fucked. If right now you're too confused, you're fucked. There's so much stuff happening here. It's almost as if Nick was right. It's like it was like 40 episodes, but we only have 4 episodes.
No, 3.
23, 24, 25, 26.
Okay, 4.
That's
It
4
was
episodes.
like, dude, it could have been like 40 to 80 episodes. Like, anime is so notorious for spacing out its
I wouldn't even say
episodes.
40 maybe too much, but at least like another 10 or 20. It was just too fast. It barely. And then okay, so that's what happened in the first one. The first one, it was more like, okay, they recovered the zombies, right? And then it was like, oh, then this guy named Pepe. I do remember that guy's name. He's just
Pepe controls you with his love juice.
right, and he shoots brown love hearts like a cupid, which is
Kind of gross.
That's just nasty.
Yeah.
That's just nasty. Anyone who shoots anything that's brown at you is not. I don't care what shade of brown it is. It could be light brown, dark brown. Let me say something. My skin is chocolate brown. All right. If someone fired some goo at me that was the color of my skin, I would still run. That's disgusting.
And then he shoots it at the Zenbone guy, and it's it doesn't work because I feel no love, and you're just like,
Don't right? What?
what?
Oh, it doesn't work on me because I feel nothing. Damn.
All right.
That's kind of sad, man. If you have a heart or a soul, you instantly fall in love with them and do whatever you want, including people's Zonpak toes. If he hits your Zonpak toe, your blade will attack you because it's in love with him.
And then, but this is before, and then the only reason why old boy is saved is because Gold Drip Man, comes in and is like, I'm glad you guys did this. It gives me a chance to try out all of my new torture I'd like to try on people.
Yeah, literally the zombies are like begging for their lives and asking him not. The emotionless, heartless, soulless zombies are like, please, dear God, don't touch me. What are you doing to these people?
And he doesn't even have syringes. He has these little collapsible things.
Yeah, it's like a button.
Yeah. With
Kinda?
the needle on the end.
Yeah, he just presses it and just goes like directly into someone's system.
Which is crazy because the ice captain is like, no, don't inject me. But what do you care? You're dead. You're a zombie.
And also, he like jogged his brain to start talking because like he made him die and come back to life so many times. His own brain was like, okay, wait a minute, what the fuck is going on? So he revived his hippocampus. I swear to God, like every episode, they say some mumbo science jumbo. And then it's not even like pseudoscience.
Abracadabra.
Just say some bullshit.
Plot hole.
And then the other character goes, I have no idea what you just said. And they go, yeah, I know it's confusing, but basically I can do whatever the fuck I want.
That's the same thing. That's like the dude that had the blood that he was going to poison, with too much blood in your system. And he was talking all kind of crazy numbers.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, I know how much you weigh exactly and how many liters that you have. So I know how much blood it takes to poison you. So now you're being poisoned by your own blood. What?
And
then if that's
mind
true,
you,
why are you
that's a
drinking his
very
own blood?
mind you, that's a much more simplified version than the one we heard in the anime.
His version was like, okay, so you have this many liters, right? It was like, is it possible to get rid of the trend in which they explain their powers? I'd rather just go, oh, what's going on? You fool, I'm poisoning you with your blood. Then it was like that's
What's anime logic?
That's how anime used to be. Now it's okay, up front, I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm going to do. And then I'm just going to go, ugh.
It's Larry Bird for anime. Larry Bird would literally tell you, oop, going to the right. Oop, about to hit
Hey man,
left.
I'm about to
Oop, About to shoot a 3.
Hey, shoot a 3, left corner, all right, and go back and forth. All right, and I'm going to cross up your center, then just bank out all the way to the corner, and then shoot the 3 with my left hand. You're not going to do that. Then he just does it. There's nothing you can do about it.
Crazy, right? Because they were like, Larry Bird doesn't talk shit. He just tells you what he's about to do and does it, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Oh my God. Larry Bird was the original anime protagonist. It's Larry Bird. If Larry Bird was in this anime, it would actually improve the anime.
Yeah. No,
it's a cameo. Larry Bird shows up to save all the... I don't know, actually. But I don't think he'd be a Quincy. Because even though that seems like a more Larry Bird thing to do, he probably will be a Soul Reaper.
The crazy part is the power scaling in these episodes is you did this. I got this. I have this.
There is no power scaling. It's just like, oh, you fool, your tricks don't work because I have some bigger trick up the... You can tell the writer was just like, I just need to stress this bullshit out. All right, it was supposed to end 20 chapters ago, and I just need some fucking money. We're going to do some random... Because this is the end of Bleach, right? The end of Bleach. So he's just pulling out all the stops, just whatever random bullshit comes to his mind, that's what he's going to do.
Bro, these last 3 episodes was like he was writing this on a Friday afternoon. It's 4:30, and he gets...
It's due at 5.
It's due at 5. And then the crazy part is... And then we didn't even talk about the...
Hime's boobs got bigger from the past 2 episodes. Like, I swear to God, they get bigger every episode. It's crazy.
But like you said, though, you were like, maybe they're speed running this so that they can get to... Because Ichigo and his friends are going somewhere.
They're literally in a rocket to get there, which I assume is a very long time because they haven't been there in like 4 episodes. How far is this place? Because didn't Ichigo drop down below and in like less than an episode or an episode? But they are shot in a rocket towards the top and it taking them 4 I'm so fucking confused. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I'm so confused.
This anime is very confusing. And the crazy part is the monk-looking guy.
And the Quincy King. Yeah.
And he's... I've never heard of this. But he was like, yeah, that's right. You can't use your arms because I've taken the names of your arms away. I was like, hey, man, I didn't know arms had names.
Yeah, what is the names of my arms? It's like, oh, now you only have arm. You don't have arms.
What?
But I do have arms. Yeah, but no, I've taken away your ability to have a name, so I've taken away all your power. The thing doesn't exist because it doesn't have a name. It's like taking away its existence. But I'm just like, what? And he's all right, time to go into Dumbo mode. Now I'm going to have this version called Black. And Black, like whatever I cover with Black is destroyed. And then White allows him to re-give people's names. And then also...
But before all of this,
I'm so
the
confused.
Quincy King, what he did is he has the power because he's the father of all the Quincy.
And he can take all their powers.
Take all their powers back. And then his own people were like, hey, man, what are you doing?
Why are you killing us and taking all our powers? He goes, because you're my comrades. I'll take your stuff and then take your powers and give it to people who really need them.
So he's then, like a socialist.
Yeah.
I'm going to kill the majority of my people and give it to my
highest ranking ones.
So
that way they can complete the mission.
And then the guard at the Zero Squad were like, oh, you now have fallen for my trap.
Now you're in a wooden cage made of cageness.
And then they were like, we haven't been serious this whole time. And we were just like, what?
You haven't been serious the past 3 episodes? Then what have you been doing?
And then they were like, now we're going to kill 3 of us so that we can now ignore our blood oath. First of all, didn't know there was a blood oath.
But you pulled that out your colon, bro. What are you talking about? A blood oath? Okay, so apparently so you have the black guy who invented the Zanpakutos. You have the old monk guy who was there before anybody, but also for some reason, he also has a Zanpakuto, which is weird, but he was like, yeah, but I invented this technique before there were Bankais, and it's okay, but then how did you get this Zanpakuto? Anyway, so then you have the needle threading lady, And then you have the lady who's fat, but she like makes food and out of
like
her
an
own body.
earthbender.
And then like when she loses her power, she becomes super hot for some reason. And then you have the person who's like he's like a hot bath guy. He has cleansing water and like water that fills you up with blood or something. Anyway, so these people, they initially killed the Quincy King's people, and then they're like, oh, we're back to life for whatever reason. And then
Now
they
we got more power.
Right, and then they get put in the cage, and then the Quincy King does the thing where he steals other people's powers, right? And then his followers are just shocked. They're like, oh my gosh, how could you do this? You mean the guy, didn't you guys also kill other Quincy's? Like, you guys kill other Quincy's without giving a fuck. So,
Right.
I don't really understand. You guys kill each other without caring. Why do you think that he wouldn't do that? Didn't one of you, like, get super horny and like, kill a guy in your own room?
It's the same reasoning as whenever a successful guy has what they unfortunately call like a starter wife, and then you then have
Please explain the starter wife to us, Nicholas.
starter wife is unfortunately like in tech or very successful men, it's the woman that they are with through all the hard times.
Prior to their success.
Prior to their success, and then it's like Wolf of Wall Street, where he's like,
I'm going to
then
upgrade
they
for
get
Marco
with a
Robbie
girl that they last for 11 seconds with.
just because she's hot.
But the thing is, you cheat on her, your starter wife, with the new hot chick, and then the new hot chick is surprised that the successful guy cheats on her.
It's the same principle. They're like, oh, this because Quincy King, he hates everybody. He hates these lower tier Quincy's, but he's not going to cheat on us and kill us. Then he does that to them, and they're like, oh my gosh, you guys all do this. You all do it. Why are you surprised? In fact, some of you murked the mechanical guy because he didn't, and the iron guy because you just say, oh, he didn't kill enough people or something like that.
And the Pepe dude turned on some of his own people.
And made them fall in love with him just because, for just whatever
reason.
And then it was really crazy. So the Quincy King took everyone's powers and like, basically killed a lot of them. Okay, here's my thing. How did some of you dodge that? So basically, he like did some move where it absorbed a whole bunch of people. Like lasers came down from the Soul King's palace into the Sarate and was sucking up the Quincy's powers. Right? It was like a blast of like lightning or something.
Yeah.
Some of them dodged them, and then others didn't. And I was like, what is the stipulation for this? Because some of them looked like they were running, and then they couldn't escape. The other ones, they just hid under a rock. A rock?
A rock
large
saves you?
Right, the large... If only they were all underground, he would have been screwed. Apparently.
Like I said, man, this anime, these 4 episodes seems like this dude was like...
He was just so random. He was just doing random. He didn't care.
Didn't you say that the guy who made Bleach didn't want to make Bleach anymore? And they were like, yeah, no, you have to make Bleach or we won't let you do anything else.
Yeah, that's what I heard, is that he didn't want to do any more Bleach, and he was like, Bleach is gone, and they're like, that's too bad. There's a lot of artists like that. It happens a lot in Japan. Like, for example, the guy who did, like, Naruto, I remember, they said he was trying to make some new manga about, like, samurai. They're not ninjas, they're samurai, but it's a Naruto thing, so who knows, it could have ended up being, like, similar. Regardless of which, I don't know if it's popular or not, but all I do know is that you don't see that getting turned into an anime. He's Boruto, right? It's almost as if like they in Japan have doubled down on IPs like America does. Where America's just like right now is, I don't want any new ideas. But then you have a whole bunch of Americans turning to Japan, right, for new content, right? Like us. Then the Japan is like, hey, actually,
What America's doing is working. We're going to copy that.
so it's either this or I've been flung into another world. When I originally in my other world, I was a stupid head, but over here, now I'm a vending machine. Part 2, Slime Adventure.
Samurai Jack.
Exactly. This was so confusing. I honestly, the worst part about these episodes,
And then he turns into a black ant and gets clapped.
that the guy covers him in black and then writes the in black ant on him, on the Quincy King in white. That's a new name. Jesus, I'm so shocked. I started yawning. I was like, dude, my brain is like tired from watching. It's crazy because I still was like glued to the TV screen. That's what makes me so mad, man. I was still so invested.
I think the reason why we were so glued to the TV is because this never happens in anime. It never goes this fast.
Not only that, it's like, so part of the reason the blood oath, right? It turns out that there's 4 of them, right? Well, there's 5 of them technically, but there's 4 of them. And if they took a blood oath so that way they couldn't use their full powers, basically, and connected their souls, so that way when 3 of them kill themselves, they'll unlock all the power of the one person. But you guys are dead now, so, huh? You know what? You know what? You can't. Why? It's anime. They're gonna come back from something. It's gonna be like, oh, look, it's No Nut November. All the lives you saved has made them come back to life.
Because you saved the Sarate and your semen.
You've now brought these people back to life.
And then, what's his name? Ichigo's friend. He was like, she did that big attack where they were all instantly killed and wrapped up, and dude, that was a lot.
I honestly, here's the thing. If you listen to this, you want the review, I would say watch it if you like Bleach. It's good. They're good episodes, but it's just really fast paced and they're very confusing. They're gonna make you want to watch them a second time. There are so many names and so many new moves and so much stuff that I thought I would understand, but I just straight up just do not.
Because it was all like, oh, this is my move. Oh, this is my move. Oh, this is my upgraded move. Oh, this is my triple platinum move. Oh, this is my double, triple, ultimate platinum move.
You fool, I've used the triple S move, which is above the platinum. And it's just usually in anime, even like fast-paced move, it's I have this new skill, and now I'm going to show you how effective it is. And you're like, oh, okay, that seems like a pretty effective skill. And they're like, yeah, and this is how you use it. And you're like, all right, cool. And now this is why I'm going to win by using the skill. Oh, I get it. And then you just move on and they go into some other training arc. This was like, boom. What did you just do? My new skill. Don't worry about it because now you just beat me with your new skill. Yeah. Bro, what are you talking about?
And then I just upgraded my skill to upgrade your skill. So both of our skills are now chicken tenders.
And then it was like rain, like the rain. So when the Quincy King sucked up all everyone's powers, he then made it rain literally, and like that made the people the Quincy Royal Guard members super strong,
but killed everybody else.
But
if you hide under a rock, though, you're fine.
I guess the key is hide under. If you have a Quincy King, it's the same thing with earthquake. Just hide under something sturdy.
Rock.
And rock.
And I think we got a look at the Soul King.
Yeah, he's like in a cube.
Zordon from Power Rangers.
Yeah, he's a Zordon. Yes, that seems going on. I'm not gonna lie. If that was Ichigo's final power was morphing, and be like, just go, it's morphin' time, and he just turns into the Red Ranger. This would shoot up to be one of the greatest animes to me ever, personally. It would be above Attack on Titan. I'd be like, this is so insane. I'm like foaming at the mouth.
Dude, I was just like, what is going on? The crazy part was the man with the brush was making no sense.
0 sense. He's like, because the Quincy guy has the ability to steal people's powers. So you stole your power of black to erase people's names. And even like his beard was white when he got his stuff stolen. But he's like, you fool. Living or dead, Quincy or Soul Reaper, all black is mine. And in the great words of Paul Mooney, everybody wants to be a nigga, but then nobody wants to be a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, why do you have... I don't get it.
But they didn't explain how he was... UI was like, haha, I have your black power, right? I have your black power. And then the monk guy was like...
He becomes a Black Panther for a second.
I have everybody's black power. And you're like... But
so
how?
Everybody's black?
But how? He took your power. He's like, I could take it from everybody else.
Okay, then how...
Maybe we just don't understand what's going on. We saw it, but we don't...
All right, I'm calling on all the Bleach stans. All the people who love Bleach and they read the mangas and stuff like that. Leave a comment on how this makes sense. How? Honestly, how?
Because it didn't explain how he got the power back.
it just, and he like, so there was this one part where the guy hit him with the paintbrush so he couldn't he couldn't speak, right? Because he took away names, okay? But then he like pinched his neck and was like, "You fool, I give myself the power to talk." And also, spoiler alert, this guy, the Quincy King, turns out is the son of the Soul King, but he's still a lowly human?
Yeah, that was at the beginning of the first episode. It's my father.
Yeah, he's...
So why is he fighting the monk guy?
Because his father is... they're like... The Soul Reapers have reduced you to just some piece of flesh that they worship. So I guess his father is, like, quote-unquote, incomplete, or something's wrong with him. Or he's not his regular self. He's just like a hump of flesh that the Soul Reapers just worship, because I guess that's where they get their powers from. But then he's, okay, I'll use you to make a grave and just kill everybody. Okay, but if this is the person that everyone's getting their powers from, including you, because you're a Quincy, right? Or unless he's getting it from his mother, I have no idea. You could, for all we know, this guy could be a clone of the Soul King, and that's what he means by father. Anyway, so...
It's anime.
Yeah, it's totally possible.
They could literally come up with anything.
At the same time, he's also just a regular lowly human.
Yeah, dude, that's a lot of information, because it was also like, the monk somehow took his eyes? What kind of eyes did he take?
I don't know. He took his... Oh, yeah. So he had eyes that had, like, multiple pupils in it, which was interesting. And then he stuck out his hand, and his hand had like an eye in it with multiple pupils. And then it made his eyes...
That's the Soul King's arm?
The Soul King's arm. So then that gave the Quincy King like regular people eyes.
Yeah, like I said, dude, 4 episodes. This could have easily been stretched out on at least 30, 40, 20. They just speed run this whole thing.
Yeah, look, I don't know how to review this. I'm gonna be for real with you.
It was great. Don't get me wrong, okay?
If you like action scenes and that's all you really care about, press play. But if you want to understand what's going on, you're fucked. I don't know. When would you... I mean, that's the end of the season. It's the end of the season. So what would you say is the verdict of the season? And it's a good season.
Yeah.
It's a really great season. It's really cool. All these... Like I said, the writer clearly threw like all of his ideas that he had just in general. He threw all of the ideas into this one thing. Because he knows it's about to end. At the same time, it was confusing. I liked it, but I was confused.
What out of 10, what would you give it?
It's like a 7.
A 7?
Yeah, if I'm judging only like the action powers, it'd be like an 8. But like, overall, it's a 7 because I'm so confused.
Yeah, 7.5. I'd give it like a 7.5.
All right, 7.5. That's the verdict from the Southern Senpais. And I'm DJ.
I'm Nicholas.
And we'll see you next time.
See ya.
This has been Southern Senpais on Comic-Con Radio. Check out our previous episodes at ComicConRadio.com. You can follow the show at Southern Senpais on all major social media platforms. Tune in next Wednesday for a fresh episode. Y'all come back now. You hear?